Well, folks, we do have the Man of Steel here. I'm not talking about you, Corey. I'm talking about Superman. This is a 2024. It's 1 ounce of pure silver, extremely collectible. You know, and understand that there's only 2,500 of these DC and Warner Brother collaboration licensed pieces here. We all know and understand the importance of having licensed collectibles. That's what we have here. Only 2,500. We at CSN were lucky and fortunate enough to get a couple hundred of these coins. I'd imagine after this airing, this will be a one and done situation with the popularity of the Man in Steel. Hey, he made his debut in 1938, the first comic to come out. And those comics now, if you had one of those in even decent condition, you're looking at millions of dollars. This is at $59.95. There is no limit on there. So somebody could order 100 of these, capitalize the market here. It would be a great opportunity even to grab 1 or 2 or 3 or 5 or 10 for the kids, the family. The collectability on this, through the roof. The limited mintage, not. So you're going to have to get online, call the number on the screen while we have them available.
Yeah, we brought the Wonder Woman. It was an instant sellout.
Correct.
Obviously, with a worldwide issue limit on a DC comic, a licensed product like you mentioned through DC and Warner Brothers. You go back to 1938 when Superman was first introduced. I believe that original #1 had an issue of about 200,000 copies. Now,
Yes.
of course, today I think they estimate like maybe 100 of them still in existence.
Right.
I believe the finest graded, the highest quality one would itself for over $6 million.
Yeah.
So it's hard to imagine, you know, a coin like this, it's 80 times more rare than that original issue on the,
Good point.
$59.95 if you're a big comic book collector, if you just like the movies, if
Yeah.
you enjoyed the television series. I mean, this is something that spans generations, of course. You know, of course, Grandpa's going to know who Superman is, your dad, your son, your daughter. This is going back to 1938. We're coming up on 100 years of Superman. Anytime we have these licensed product on a coin with the crossover appeal,
Right.
with the comic books, of course, a huge collectible market there, with the movies. So it has everything a collector looks for. And, you know, as we always say, these come sealed into the plastic holder. You grab a couple of these. Keep one sealed, just like if you had that original comic book never taken out.
That's right.
You could imagine what kind of price that would have fetched on an auction. This is something just like when we have the licensed toys. Get a couple of these. Keep one sealed. That's the thing these days with the crossover things, with the toys, with the video games, with
Right.
everything that gets certified and collected today. When you have those sealed in the original packaging, those are the ones that become the most desirable for collectors down the road. So $59.95 on a worldwide issue. Now, this is a legal tender coin, $5 denomination for Samoa. It's got that beautiful proof finish on the reverse. Of course, the colorized depiction of Superman on the obverse with the city in the background, Metropolis.
Yeah.
An incredible opportunity. This is going to be short-lived. This is probably going to be the only time that you have the chance to see us offering these based on the response we had on Wonder Woman, an instant sellout, and at only $59.95. Again, this is 1 ounce of pure silver.
That's right, and it will go quickly, just like Superman himself. The super speed he has, X-ray vision, just some of the attributes of the Man of Steel, if you will. Grew up on planet Krypton. You all know him as Clark Kent, his alter ego. You know, he is working for the newspaper there in Metropolis. And you know the story behind him. You have the opportunity to own one of these rare and special collectibles. Again, Corey, you mentioned it. There's a limited edition of just 2,500 of these for worldwide distribution. This is a legal tender coin because it does have the $5 denomination. They are all encapsulated, so they are all in the plastic holders. It is important to keep those in there. So I know, like when I was a kid, I wanted to play with everything. So I know as a parent, you grab 1 or 2 to keep sealed for the kids, and then you grab 1 or 2 more for them to open up, to have, to hold, to trade, to do whatever they want with, knowing in the back of your mind you have that peace of mind and comfort in a decade decade from now, 20, 30 years, when they've grown up, they're going to be very, very thankful that you took advantage of the opportunity when you had the moment and the opportunity in front of you, and then you also did them a favor by keeping it sealed. That is the important part. We know these will sell out, folks, because we only have a couple hundred, and we know what happened with Wonder Woman. Now, in my humble opinion, I think Superman is more popular, more sought after than Wonder Woman. Now, that doesn't matter what I think. What I know is that Wonder Woman sold out. What I know is that we have the same amount of these Superman coins. What I know is that you at home right now are getting online and you're getting on the phone and calling us like you've been doing for over 25 years to grab as many of these at only $59.95. Grab as many as you can. Put yourself in a great position for collectability. Put those in your family, in your future, in a great position with this opportunity at under $60. It's an absolute no-brainer.
Yeah, you're right, Kevin. Without a doubt, one of the most recognizable superheroes. And with the release of the comic book all the way back in 1938, as far back as 1940, you know, the comic book popularity, it spun into collectible playing cards.
Yeah.
And then, of course, from that point into the movies, into the television shows, into the cartoons. Obviously,
right.
The comic books didn't stop, and it spawned so many collectibles. When you get into, you know, you played with the Barbie dolls, we called them action figures when it was Superman. Then,
Yeah.
of course, you go back when you were bringing your lunch. We all had the superhero lunch boxes, you know, the movie posters.
That's
of
right.
course, the action figures, probably next to the comic books being the most collectible. You have one of those original action figures sealed into the packaging, like you said, that's what people want.
Yes.
Obviously, when we were kids, boom, we tore them all open. We went off to college. Our box of old toys got thrown away, and it was like, hey, Mom, I don't know if you know what those are selling
Right.
for these days, but
Right.
everybody wants them,
Right.
even if they were played with. So this opportunity with, again, the thing is those toys, the lunch boxes, all those things are produced in the millions of units for worldwide release.
Yep.
This is 2,500 of these coins, 1 ounce pure silver, of course, with the crossover appeal with coin collectors, with the comic book collectors, with
right.
the you know, the movie buffs. This is
That's right.
something that everybody wants, and at only $59.95, we mentioned these will not last long. They will be an instant sellout. We are allowing multiples on these. I mean, you can get 10 of these. You're at only $599
That's right.
and 50 cents. That makes an incredible gift. Obviously for the kids, grandkids, everybody has a friend that loves the comic book, so these will not last. At only $59.95, you're going to want to call or go online now and grab these while we have them, because they will not last long.
Well, they will not last long. They will be a complete sellout, and they will go quickly. We don't know what will happen in the future, just like with Superman. We don't know what's going to happen in his future with more movies and more or less. We don't know. Now, we know he has a lot of enemies. I know in 1993, I got his last comic book. Now, it had the Superman logo dripping in blood, and the character Doomsday killed him. So just, you know, he's got a lot of enemies out there, but you know, he made his way back since that comic book, and you know, we don't know what will happen with Superman in the future, but we do know the moment is now. You've got the 2024 colorized 1 ounce pure silver coin. Now, keep in mind, this is a pure silver coin. This is a $5 denomination legal tender. Important thing to understand is this is also licensed. This is a DC Comic officially licensed and Warner Brother licensed piece. This is not something that you're going to find out in the subway, street market, anything like that. This is the real deal. This is official, and this is a limited edition of only 2,500. When we have folks that are going to be grabbing 10 and 20 of these at a time at only $59.95, they will not last long. So it's important you take the opportunity now and you get online at csnmint.com, or you call the number on the screen. You've been calling for over 25 years. Operators are standing by. Grab as many as you can comfortably afford before they sell out.